Donna, 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 Donna. Fighting evil by moonlight, living love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one real sailor. Amazing Yamaguchi, Moon Knight. I'm so sorry. Look what they've done to my boy. And here's the box. Inside the box. Inside his insides. Certified. Delicious. This spread. Oh, and in case you want to know where I got it from Hobbyland, Japan. And if you put in this code, you will get a nice discount. I'm kidding. I would never get a sponsor from anybody, I'm sure. Oh my god, I put that face upside down. That's the kind of thing that doesn't get you a sponsor. As well as mediocrity. And here he is, Moon Knight, beautiful as ever. And here's some trivia about Moon Knight in case you didn't know. Before he was Moon Knight, he was actually the princess of the Northern Water Tribe. But due to an attack from the Fire Nation, he sadly had to give his life to save the Moon Spirit, and thus became Moon Knight. Of course, by now you've realized I don't know anything about Moon Knight. But I watched the show, and he looks cool. That's all I needed. And I think we're getting a season 2. But anyway, as you saw, we have gotten another cloth cape. Yes, and it is miles ahead of the Superman one that we got. Because it was good. It was good for a first try. This is definitely much more stable. No, they went full on with this. I can't see any bread zip ties. I don't feel any bread zip ties. And there are actually 3 bendy wires in them. One, right there. It is very sturdy. Holds its shape very well. Delicious. And if you look closely, I want to point this out. The gray is actually like pearlescent. You see how it's reflecting the light and almost turns kind of like a, I don't know, whitish, pinkish? I don't know. It's pretty. He's pretty. And also different parts of the armor are different colors. Like the pants and crotchy area are more of like a matte pearlescent. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. Oh, and before I forget, a lot of people were having an issue when the first images of this figure came out. They were saying that the hood, being plastic, had a slightly different color than the cape. And I did see the pictures and it did look like that. It looked like an off-white. That is not the case. That is white-on-white action. And here's your obligatory T-pose. Spirit bomb. And this is what it means to go further beyond. Big stretch. I can see into your soul. A good old cinnamon toast crunch. Spread them wide. You might be looking at the thumbnail, boys. And although his cowl kind of messes up his upwards-looking action, he can still look pretty high up. And we've been here before, you know. An amazing Yamaguchi's going to hit almost every pose you want. And now they even feel nice and solid, too. Like, this one feels so good, like it's not all wobbly like the early ones did. Though, however, and I mentioned this before, my gripe is that it still has no extra pegs. And it's less and less accessories. Still a good amount, but not like before. Not like before. Keep those pretty sick, though, not gonna lie. But now let's move on to accessories. All right, and here are the first accessories, and can you see them? Maybe. It's these. These little shoulder pads. I almost feel like they're unnecessary. They're like there's no way that you noticed it. I mean, at least I don't think so. They're cool, I guess, to have. They're a bitch and I have to put on. I don't know if it's because of the cold. I don't have my blow dryer still. I feel like if I move it a lot because they're barely into the peg holes, it's held on by little ball pegs. Right here. Can you see it? Can you see it? Focus! Oh, where did I focus? Focus. Right there. You see it. Yeah, you see it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the cloth cape itself does enough of the job. I will try to keep them on, but again, if you can't keep them on, no big deal. They already fell off like 3 times. But like I said, if you heat them up, it will be fine. It will all be fine. Oh, and one more thing before I forget to mention it. Super PSA. You should do this with all figures that you first open, but especially with this guy. Wash your fucking hands, because he is all white, and that is a cloth cape. If you get anything on that, it's going to show. And I have no idea how you would get rid of that. You tell me. Yeah, always wash your hands whenever you open a figure. You'd be upset. You filthy fucking animal. But anyways, here you got some fisties. Kitty hands. These holy hands, which go with these holy sticks. And those sticks combine into Super Stick. They don't actually combine, but you get the deal. Use your imagination. Alright, and here I want to show you up close. These are 2 different types of grabby hands. I'm sure you can see on the screen's left. This one. His little pinky's up slightly, ever so slightly. This one on the right, however, is the one that we were just using for the other sticks. This one is for... Go to the next slide. These hold some batarangs, boomerangs, moonerangs. Close up. And another keep close up. That side fell off a while ago. I bet you didn't even notice. Huh. Here's some hands to show off those fresh new nails. D-Generation X hands. My God, we are old. And surprisingly, no Thriller hands. Before I forget, these little things go right there like so on these little peg holes that are also really tight, much like that thing was. So tight, in fact, that... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. You can place these on them. So he can just go about holding them. Let me see if I can get it on without... Oh, yeah, just like that. And look at that. Place to hold your sticks. All right, and now we move on to faces. You're asking yourself, how do you even change that face? Well, I will show you. No. All right, so as you can see, the hood is is actually held on by this little slide peggy thing. It always falls off. Oh, and side note, you could always take this off too. I don't know why you would, but you can. Okay, so you take this new face, focus, and just... can I do this with one hand? There you go. And there you go. A more surprised looking Moon Knight. And here he is, super angry and ready to take some. Give some. Take some? You know what I mean. Alright, and the part that you've been waiting for, and I always am waiting for. Where is it? Alright, probably my figure of the year, actually having just opened it. Because it is just out of the box, as you know how I do. Metal Cooler! And wow, I know this is a Moon Knight review, but I was going to do a review of him before, and he came in and I was like, so many people did a review of Metal Cooler already, but he's amazing. He's very slippery for some reason, out of the box, like he's coated in some sort of slime. Oh, I can kind of see myself. And here he is with a slightly taller Deadpool, who seems to be very much in love with Moon Knight. Metal Cooler. So shiny. And here is another just opened figure, Ruby Rose by Figma. Proving that plastic capes are just as good. Maybe not just as good, but I like them. I like plastic capes. I don't care. Hate me. Whatever you want. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. I love you. Please like and subscribe, please. And there is another figure I just got. Storm Collectibles Juri Han from Street Fighter V. I don't know if you've played the new Street Fighter, but I hope that they release that figure, because that costume blows this one out of the water. Oh, and for you freaks. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. But, yeah, so this Moon Knight scales very well with most figure lines. As you can see, definitely not Storm Collectibles. She is clearly bending down a lot and is almost the same height. I'll show you real quick how tall she is. Now, I am a no hater of a tall girl. This just does not scale. But if you have Storm Collectibles, you know that they're really in a league of their own, unless you get like some crazy monster type dealie. Like when Goro comes out, or Shao Kahn. Those will look just fine. They're supposed to tower over everybody anyways. I still love you. Oh, and there I am. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you watch Coexistence, download Webtoons. It is so good. And I want a 2-page report by next video. I'm just kidding, but you're going to love it. Go love it. And tell them I sent you, please. Who is that white shadow looming up there?
Why, up there? That's just the moon, you idiot. It's not if they would let some man with multiple personalities rescue the day or anything.
I am the pretty guardian that fights for love and justice.
And in the name of the moon,
I'll punish you.
run, dear maiden.
I was consensual, I swear.
Then so was the staff. Hey, also check out one more thing I forgot to tell you guys about. My friends started Coexistence. Like I said, this is a short preview of what they've been doing. I think you'll really like it. Roll the preview.
Hey, Jose here. I'm the co-creator of Coexistence, the series. And today I want to talk about the simple concept of just the love of sci-fi that I have. It's something that challenges our imagination. Stuff that we can imagine are brought to life through novels, through movies, through comic books, pretty much any medium. Anything with sci-fi. The big one is Star Wars. That's something that influenced me when I was young, at the get-go, if you want to say. Green Lantern, a lot of action in that one. Great storytelling as well. The character that really, really gets your mind thinking a little bit when it comes down to what's possible in sci-fi. A superhero in space, right? Alien versus Predator. Not really the greatest movie in the world, but the concept is still there. You know, aliens and predators are still in the movie. But we get to see all these cool characters fighting each other for the sake of just fighting each other. Event Horizon, a great movie that really challenges your mind and saying what is possible in space, and pretty much anything is entity that takes control of a ship and kills its crew. And with that knowledge, we decided to create our own story. And Coexistence was born. We wanted to create something unique in a way where our characters are not what they seem. Hack starts off as a conqueror, killer, and he's worshipped by his people. And he is a general in the Grand Imperium. His path leads him to Earth. And then from there, everything changes, which is pretty cool because in most shows already moved on from that. But in this story, in Coexistence, it's just the beginning. The world gets expansive. Join us for the ride. It's on Webtoons right now. The first 5 episodes with 2 mini episodes along with it. And honestly, tell us how it is. Tell if you're enjoying it. There's so much more to come. Thank you.
Oh, and one last thing. Please click this video over here and this video over here. Unless, of course, I did not figure out how to do that, in which case, disregard.